right, good Saturday morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We're going to combine our bike ride today with our Saturday fitness update. So, bit of a challenging week, but better. Got back on track. I think I told you last week we were up some, and man, we were battling all week to try to get back. It was tough. But this week, we saw much better consistency in the back half of the week with the diet. I'm going to be honest, the workouts this week weren't as good as weeks prior. We didn't do anything that was super crazy. I think we broke a 15-minute record on the Peloton, but again, that's relatively easy. And we didn't do as many miles as we typically do on the bike. And my steps were actually down a little bit this week too. We just got really busy this week, so it was really more challenging than anything else to try to stay focused on the diet. But we made a nice comeback, and we should be, if not where we were 2 weeks ago, we'll weight within a pound or so. So definitely in a much better trend than we had been. And so that feels good. And, we're really working on this balance of diet versus exercise, where for the last, let's call it 2 months, I've been super under-indexing on the diet and way over-indexing on exercise. So this week the goal was to lean back a little bit on the exercise and rein the diet back in. So I feel good about that. I think we're in a good position. It's just nice too on the bike to see folks out running again. Other bikers. It's just a lot of really good traffic out here, which is awesome to see. Today, this morning, before Weight Watchers, it's like 7 a.m. It's gonna be 90 today. It's beautiful right now. It's like 72. Beautiful sunny morning in June. So we're gonna head up by the farm here, and we'll take you through that. We have a much better camera view than we used to, so hopefully you enjoy the view. And we'll walk you through anywhere between 12 and 15 miles. Depends on how I feel as we go through today. Did a pretty hardcore Peloton ride last night. It's definitely my most challenging one of the week, where we did 45 minutes, and we did just about 18 miles in that 45 minutes, so we went pretty hard. So this will be a little easier, focusing today to try to shoot between 14 and 15 miles an hour. Nothing earth-shattering, just to get out and enjoy the outside rides, because we've had such crappy weather for the last 10 days or so. I mean, last weekend was Memorial Day, and it was literally 50 and raining for 4 straight days. So it's just nice to get out on the bike and get out on the ride, because I want to start to get some longer rides in now that we're in the nicer weather. So check back with you in a couple minutes as we get to another part of the ride. All right, so we're up here on the hill today. We're going to take you on a different ride down by the lake. Hopefully I can give you some nicer views than I usually do, but this is my longest hill that I have on the ride. It's about 7/10 of a mile. It's a decent grade. I want to say it's like maybe 7 or 8%. So this is always a little bit challenging, but again, up here on a beautiful Saturday morning, early June, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Just a beautiful view. It's very peaceful, and it just feels very different than riding around the regular rides, the roads, because we don't live far from the sea, so you can easily run into a lot of traffic. This is probably my favorite street. I'm going to take you down to a pretty cool downhill in a few minutes, and then we'll ride by the lake. We'll head up another tougher uphill, not as long, and then we'll head over and head back to the end of our ride. So we'll see you in a few. So that's one of my favorite downhills. We saw the young lady riding the uphill on the way back. It sucks. I'll give it to the town though, they fixed the road quite a bit. It's still a little crappy at the end, but definitely a lot better than it was. That's always one of my fears in the road bike is, you know, we've done a lot with flats. But you can see up here, we're gonna come up over this little bridge. Just a beautiful view. I think I called it a lake earlier. It's a pond. We don't have a lot of lakes around here, but a really pretty pond area. You'll see when we get to the other side of this, and then we'll. I mean, when people ask why you go cycling, I mean, is there any other reason not to? You look at something like this, no traffic on the road, nice early day, beautiful sunshine, warm temps. I mean, I'm in front of a computer all day, 5 days a week, and it's just nice to disconnect from the technology. So I'll probably leave this on for a second to try to see if I'll hit this hill with you. This one's tough, and then we'll shut it off for a bit. Alright, so we'll check back with you in just a couple minutes. Alright, so we're on the back side of this road, the same one we came down before. We took the left to get on the lake by the farm. I decided to come back up this way. When I got to the end of that street, I made a right instead of a left, like I usually do. Again, just because I really like this ride. Some pretty scenery. This is a challenging road. You can see this is a much more subtle grade, probably 3-4% at the max, but it's almost the whole road back is this subtle grade. And what you learn when you bike is there are no flat roads. There are very, very few. You're typically either riding uphill or downhill, and you don't really appreciate that in the car, right? Because you can just give it a little more gas and it's easier. But on these rides, you'll notice these little subtle uphills, and especially the long duration ones, are more challenging than anything. That's Adam's farm over on the left. We'll come up here soon on the Marlin, and we'll ride some trails over there. They have a bunch of trails in the back. Easy trails, no hills or anything, but nice ride. So we'll come over and do that soon, but I just wanted to share this side of it with you. And thanks again for sitting in on my Saturday morning ride with me. I think these videos tend to do better than most. I think you guys just like, the road bike rides out in the morning, seeing the scenery. So everyone that checks these out, thank you so much. We appreciate it. you know, we're coming up to a year on the channel, and you know, working on doing some new stuff and trying to figure out how do we add in some more really cool content for you. So like I said, just thanks, and hopefully you're enjoying the ride and the scenery, and you know, you guys get out and do your own rides and you can get out and enjoy the same thing. I just have to get away from technology, and this is, you know, my favorite thing. Last year by this time I'd done a lot more outdoor rides. The Pelotons kept me in the house a little more with the weather, and in all honesty, it's a little easier to get in and do 30 minutes full intensity on the Peloton than to find the time for an hour sometimes on the road bike. Just as we've been really busy with COVID last year, it was a little easier to find the time at the end of the day because there was really nothing going on. Now that the world's kind of opened up, you know, I'm traveling a little bit more for work again. We're a little busier, so you know, these days are super precious to me, and I love being able to spend the time getting out and sharing them with you. So like I said, thanks for checking out. I'm gonna attack this hill on this terrible piece of road that you just transition and it just stinks. And then when I get to the other side of this, we'll shut it off and we'll see when we get back home. The end of our ride. I feel like 13 or 14 miles in right now. We got about a mile from home. Again, one last nice little view. I shared this with you last year when we were doing the foliage ride. So, you know, as we always say on the channel, thank you for checking us out. Please hit the like and subscribe button. You know, again, hopefully you all have a great week. We'll be back this week with some answers to the Ask Me Anything questions, and hopefully a workout video at the gym on Tuesday, and maybe a grilling video tomorrow, depending on what we decide to grill. So, thanks as always. Hope you have a great week, and we'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks.